This is Scott with Septic Inspections. Here to talk to you today about dye testing. Dye testing is not used in septic work with a few exceptions. Today we're doing a septic inspection that has a pond and a low spot next to the drain field. So we're going to use some dye to make sure that the septic wastewater is not entering into or coming in contact and coming to the surface with the groundwater. So there was a time when folks would dig up the outlet side of the septic tank and pour in some dye and then go out and walk the drain field to see if there was any water breaking surface and call it a day. Situations where you have standing water very close to one of your drain lines, it's appropriate to use dye to make sure that the water from your septic system is not mingling with the surface water here on the surface. So we dug up our distribution box, and what we're going to do is pour a couple gallons of dyed water into the distribution box and wait for the water to flow out and make sure that it doesn't come to the surface in these areas of pond of water. In this property, not only do we have problems with standing water close to the drain lines, at the end of the drain field we have a pond, a drainage pond. So the dye will help us make sure that the water from the septic system is not flowing into the pond. And as best as we can, we check the culverts flowing into the pond to make sure that they don't have any of the dyed water coming out of the end of the culvert. The dye testing for your septic system does have its purposes even today. Checking for connections to ponds and culverts and low spots where there's standing water is a very useful tool to help us make sure the septic system is working properly.